No, he's going the extra mile, yard, kilometre, metre for all of you, ladies and gentlemen. So please give a huge round of applause to Tim, and he will reward you handsomely.
I feel like we're, I don't know, we talk about a lot of the symptoms of COVID and getting over it and that kind of stuff, but one thing we don't talk about is how long you can use brain fog as an excuse for forgetting your lyrics. I think I'm going to milk it for a while because But I am the branches bending when the cold wind blows. I'm the winter sun when you're feeling low. I'm water in the well and I am mud on your feet. I'm a plastic bag blowing down an empty street. And out on the highest hill, I'm a voice in the fog. And I am the spirit of it all. And I'm so far from home, though I've never left. Yeah, I'm one of a kind, just like all the rest. But after the storm, but I'll be gone. Cause we're hollowed out and our hearts are sore from having too much and then asking for more. It is so hard to remember what it's all about. You were the edge of a fire that's burning out. You were two hearts beating when the thunder's too loud. High after the storm, I'll be gone. If you're singing, oh, you're singing the saddest song. I'll sing along. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, my name's Tim Moore. It's a real pleasure to be here tonight, and thank you so much to Steve and the Keepers, Steve Lennox and the Keepers, for having me, and thank you guys for coming out and supporting live, local, authentic music like Steve's stuff. This next song's about home. Is it too early to tell you guys a story, like a long story? You're all right for that on a Sunday afternoon? This next song, you know, when you're a musician, you write you write these songs in your lounge room or whatever, and you're never quite sure whether they're going to mean anything to anybody else other than you. And there's a story behind this next one. I'd just written it, and I was going into a hospital to play to sick people, which I know makes me sound like a very good person, but it's actually just a captive audience. You know, they can't leave. They're sort of stuck in there. And oh, you're terminally ill. Well, here's some sad folk music. But no, it was a privilege and an honour. But there was this one day I went into this into the ward, and there was this beautiful woman and a very old lady, and she the nurses in the station said, "Don't go into her. She's a psycho. She'll just swear at you and shout at you." And I was like, well, I've played some rough gigs in my time. I think I'll be all right. So I went in there and I played her a song, and she had her back to me the whole time, and she turned around and she said, "Play me another song." And so I sort of got to chatting. I said, "Where are you from?" And she said, "Well, I'm a Warlpiri woman from way up north of Alice Springs, and I'm going to die in this bloody hospital, and I'm never going to go home." And I said, "Well, here's a song about home," and I played it for her, and somehow the song meant a whole lot more to me than it did before, and it meant a whole lot more to her than it did before as well. And anyway, here you go. It's a song for people who are, I don't know, want to feel something with someone else.
We wake up from the dream we're free. We leave this place with everything we need. Nothing on our backs, nothing on our feet, nothing in our minds but an idea and a seed. Between the dawnlight and the tops of the tree, in between the low hills and the edge of the sea, around the fire, there you and me, warm in our hands and my back, Spanish, singing, oh, this is how we find it. Oh no, there's nothing like we thought that it would be. This is how we find home. Find home. For me, beautiful creatures who've been cast out on their own. Their faces and their voices might be nothing like our own. Might not understand it, but we feel it in our bones. We're searching for the same place. Searching for. Oh yeah, this is how we find it. Oh no, it's nothing like we thought that it would be. No, this is how we find home. Find home. Find home. When our memories are fading and our breathing is slow, it'll take us down where that bright river flows. We'll hear our hearts beating, we'll hear a wild wind blow. When it's calling our name, how we'll know. Oh yeah, this is how we find it. Oh no, it's nothing like we thought that it would be. No, this is how. Oh, this is how.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we both had a bit of a cry actually at the end of that one, which was unexpected. But you guys okay out there? You're really amazingly quiet. It's pretty beautiful and intimidating at the same time. Yeah. I went touring up the west coast of Australia last year and played a whole bunch of shows and played the Miners' Mess at Karratha. So if you want to make me feel at home, you could throw a full bottle of beer. That'd be good. Now they got this weird thing in WA where you know you'll be playing a set and someone will come and just put a full beer on the front of the stage. And it's like a gift for you. And I thought, oh, this is pretty nice. They're generous people in WA. And, anyway, this one night I'd been playing for hours. And it was a really good time, but I was sort of done. My voice was full of red dust. And I was like, all right, this is my last song. And this guy from the back just goes, oh, by the way, they got beer. Their beer over there is Emu Bitter. I don't know if you've been to WA anyway. Makes this comment make a little bit more sense because this is my last song and he looks at me and he goes, "You got 2 bloody emus to get through yet, mate." I didn't realise like you've got to play until those beers are done.
There's a wind that moves my head when it's just me and the sky. The horizon going on and on and on. So hold the ring there in your hand. Weave the pattern in our minds. You can let go of the fear and I just don't leave the dark. There is a song that I have heard. It doesn't have any words. I can hear it singing in my bones and in my blood. So we hold it like a bird. Nothing less and nothing more. And when it flies, we watch it rise and fall, and rise and fall. 'Cause it was written in the stars. Oh, but we read it on the sand. And we swam out past the break. Oh, and we dived down to understand. Now we're breathing in the deep. we are all here waiting for our wave to come.
Planes are back, everyone.
There is a book that I haven't read. I tell the stories to my kids. And when they ask me what it means, I say, well, it is what it is, what it is, what it is. So hold on to what you love, like water, like the wind, like a bird, like a wave, like a soul we find deep within. Like a song that we find deep.
Thank you. So this was advertised as a Tim Moore trio gig opening for Steve Lennox and the Keepers. But the dreaded spicy cough has taken a few of our team down, so it's just me. But if you want to imagine that I've got the most amazing fiddle player, Emma Luca, over here. Give her a round of applause. She hasn't actually got COVID, it's someone else. It's Dave Thompson on keys. Give him a round of applause. What a legend. He's doing so well. Quite minimal tonight on stage. Anyway, this is a song about Australia. I've spent a lot of time travelling around Australia, and I really, really love this country. That used to be an easy thing to say, but now it feels like you got to say it with a whole bunch of caveats. And so I guess this song is sort of part of that. And I played this for a while, and a very dear friend of mine who knows me well said, I really like that song, Tim, but I have no friggin' idea what it's about. So now I introduce it. I say that it's, if you imagine Australia singing a song to us, that's the way I've sort of written it, in all of its sort of beautiful, tragic paradox.
But I'm the first light of a new dawn. I'm the last light of a fading star. The longest road to nowhere, and I am the way home, no matter how far. I'm a dying river winding out across the soul. I'm a train just whistling in the dark. I'm the ghost of a man who has forgotten his name. I'm the undergrowth waiting for a spark. Didn't happen, and I am the story that you tell yourself. I'm a gun going off in some foreign land. I'm the last bottle up on the shelf. All of the lies of your leaders, and I am the truth you can't forget. I'm your mateship and I am your meadows, clenched fists, and I am regret. Like teeth under the water, snake in the grass, and I'm all that's gonna kill you with. The night we're lost, I am lucky, I am lost, I am scared. I am lucky and I am lost, I am scared. I'm a leaky boat out on the water, more that you used to own. I'm the innocent behind the wire, and I am the guilty with a microphone. All of your hope for a better world, the fear of the one you've made. Yeah, I am a fire 40,000 years old, and the embers even as they fade. Yeah, I am a fire 40,000 years old, and the embers even as they fade. Like teeth under the water, like a snake in the grass, all that's gonna kill you in. Nothing I but lost. I am lucky, I am low, and I am scared. You can wear me like a flag, wrap me around your chest. You can tell me now you love me. You can say that we're the best, and we'll be lucky. We'll be lost and we'll be scared. We'll be lucky. We'll be lost and we'll be scared. Jeez, thank you.
You guys up for another kind of long story? Yeah, cool. All right. I think this is a good story. It starts 200 years ago, so just settle in. It's about a guy. 200 years ago, there was a man who had a vision for a utopia. He was going to start a new world, and the new world was going to be full of people with only high moral stature, high moral character. And it was so idealistic that when they created this new world, they didn't build police stations for a while because they thought they wouldn't need them. They're going to treat everyone with kindness and respect. And it was going to show the rest of the world that, this is how you do it. The name of that place was South Australia. That's true. The guy who had the vision, his name was Edward Gibbon Wakefield, and he was currently, or at the time, he was in prison for abducting a wealthy heiress and trying to get her to marry him. Anyway, a long way away from there on the north coast of Germany, there was this devout Lutheran fellow, recently converted, and he decided that he heard about this utopia, and he thought he'd go there, and he was a passionate linguist, and he'd go and minister to the Aboriginal people in Adelaide, and he'd learn the language, and he'd do something to help them. He thought this is going to be a place they're going to get a fair go. Anyway, he travelled across here with his friend, and when they arrived, they saw that they saw the same evidence of that brutality of colonisation that sort of was everywhere else at the time, and he was heartbroken. So he went over here, not very far, probably a kilometre from here, kilometre and a half, down to the banks of the Torrens, and he actually got to know. He sat with King Saturday and Uncle Rodney, and he actually ended up going on walkabout with them and spending a lot of time learning their language, and he wrote it down, and he set up a school for Kaurna kids to learn their own language in 1838 on the banks of the Torrens. And I thought this man who's just sort of out of time, I was studying at uni, I came across him and I was like, this is just, who is this guy? And so when the Kaurna language sort of went to sleep in about 1935, there was another 50 years before we could revive it, and it was because of this dictionary that Christian Gottlieb Tarkelman had written. And that's why we've got a lot of Kaurna words now, and a lot of Kaurna place names. And I think that's a proud thing for us to know I think something to be proud of as South Australians that happened so long ago. Anyway, I'd written essays about this guy. I just thought I was fascinated by him, and I was helping my grandmother move house over in York Peninsula. And anyway, I was going through her boxes of stuff, and I come across this photograph of a German guy with no shirt on in 1889 and a tummy-length beard. And I knew who he was, and I said, "Why have you got this, Grandma?" And she had a copy of his dictionary, and I said, she just looked at me and said, "Well, he's your great-great-great-grandfather." This is a song about Christian Gottlieb Tarkelman.
He watched his home become a line between the ocean and the pearl sky. But that breeze was full of memories and ghosts, so he breathed it into his lungs for the last time. Before 6 months of unending horizons, 6 months of sea and salt and sun, 6 months to understand there are things that a man does can never be undone. And he landed on the heat, and his best friend on the beach. Walked the long and dusty miles into town, and they talked about the better world they'd make, even if they had to build it up out of the ground. When they arrived, they first smelled, then saw the horror, and wept like Adam with that apple in his hand. Here in the heart of a new world, the same strange fruit it hung above the sand. And he said, "Oh, these weary eyes, and all that they have seen, but I am laying down all I've been carrying. Oh, oh." He went straight down to the riverbank, sat with the oldest living people on the earth. Said, "Teach me your language and your stories, and I promise that I'll write down every word." They said, "All that we have is disappearing. How young and old they're dying in the dust. 'Cause that white man is a taker, and he's taken nearly everything from us." And they said, "Oh, how weary eyes, and all that they have seen, buried in our dreams about the past. But a handful remain, still remember his name. Keep the words that were written on their hearts. Say, there's so much water that's flowed down this river. We're still waiting to begin. They treated us like we were nothing, but he treated us like kin. And we say, oh, how weary eyes, oh, the day has seen. We are laying down, oh, we've been carrying. We say, oh, how weary eyes, oh, the day has seen. We're laying down, oh, we've been carrying. Oh, we've been carrying.
Please, thank you. Thank you guys so much. All right, I'm going to play you a love song, but it's a love song for people who've been together for a while. I don't know about you, but when you turn on the radio, there's a lot of love songs for people that just met 5 minutes ago, but there's not a lot of love songs for people who've been hanging out together for a long time. And I wrote this song early this year. I'd just been on the road for 6 months with my young family in a very old, terrible caravan. Actually, it's all right. But if you want to know whether you truly love somebody or you just, like the way they look, then, spend a long time in a caravan in a remote part of the world. It was amazing.
This road is so long, it feels like we'll never arrive. Sometimes we forget that it's just being alive. With my hands on the wheel and your hand on my thigh, wherever we're going, I'm the luckiest guy. We'll plan like we mean it, but we dream like we don't. We know we can change, but we probably won't. So we say what we want, and then we say what we need. Love of that space in between. And when it all grows dark, my day's through, I know life was a road worth taking. Love was no. smoke in our eyes. There's ash on our knees, and we're dancing in our kitchen when the dishes clean. We'll sing all our stories out like we know what they watch the world turning and the light fading slow, like the spirits are leaving with nowhere to go. But the gold in these pages stops the flame going out. You read to me softly, 'cause this moment is ours. When it all grows dark, my days are through. I know life is a road worth taking. Love was Thank you guys so much. You've been absolutely lovely. It's felt like we're in a library, but in a good way, so thank you. Respect. Amazing respect. I just got one more, I think. I think that's all I got time for. So thank you. I just heard Steve and the Keepers sound checking before. It's phenomenal, and you're in for a proper treat. I think that having travelled around this country a bit, I think one of the things that we don't appreciate sometimes about Adelaide, or maybe you guys do, we don't appreciate enough about Adelaide is the amount of wonderful musicians here, about wonderful, authentic musicians who want to tell stories that are worth telling, and I think Steve fits into that category so well, and I'm really looking forward to his set. So, yeah, my name's Tim Moore. I've got a CD. I've got a couple of CDs you can buy if you're really into that sort of thing, if you've still got something to play CDs on. The last CD I made, I was like, oh, great, I got it, awesome. I had to go out and buy a stereo to play it on. It's good. Now I've got several thousand of them to sell. You guys have been really good. My name's Tim Moore. This is a song about the last conversation I had with a very dear friend. But the sun is almost gone, and the stars are coming out inside my mind, and I am nearly home. I am not the last one of my kind, 'cause we read all the signs. In the end we found it on our own. Knew we had it right when our hearts were full and our minds were blown. So breathe in now and let me go. And hold it out. Yeah. His heads are not rosing. You won't see me turn my back and run. 'Cause though the body bleeds, the spirit believes that a light will come. And we know it's buried deep, and it's covered in the darkness, soul by soul. It's buried like the sea. It just has to die before it grows. So breathe in now and let me go and hold it out. Let you go and breathe in now and let me go and hold it out. Let ancient flow and hold it out. Let ancient flow and hold it out. Hold it out. In that ancient flow.
Thank you so much. You've been great. Cheers.
Above the second hand stuff. She's got everything.